obviously tragedy in every way. And Mr. Cristo has been impacted more than any human ever should. I wish I.
That pause right there. It's the sound of irreversible tragedy. No ruling, no sentence, no fine can bring someone's child back. And notice before diving into the legal logistics. The judge acknowledges the human loss. It's rare. It's raw, and it sets the emotional tone for everything that follows.
Give her what she wanted, it could be your son back, but there's no way to do that because of the plot that you guys did participate in. But when I look at the actual roles of what was done, and I look at the
Okay, now let's break down what just happened. The judge is about to announce a guilty verdict for accessory to commit murder, a Class C felony in Nevada. That might not sound severe, but it carries serious weight. What's interesting is the suspended sentence, meaning the person won't immediately serve prison time if they follow probation, but slip up. They could be behind bars for 5 years.
assistance that was provided. I think what your attorneys are asking for is appropriate. So, as Mr. Godwin, in accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, you're hereby judged guilty of accessory to commit murder, category C felony. I'm going to impose the $25 administrative assessment fee, $3 DNA collection fee, $150 DNA fee, as well as the test. You're hereby sentenced to 24 to 60 months without Department of Corrections, suspended for a period not to exceed 24 months. During that time, you're subject to the standard terms of probation as well as the digital search clause. Continued participation in the biggest strong of the program. You would have no contact with your co-defendants, including your brother, and you're to consume no alcohol, 0%, or drugs to include marijuana. You are released from high-level electronic monitoring. You're to report to P&P within 48 hours. As to Ms. Dennis, you're hereby judged guilty of count 1, voluntary manslaughter with use of a deadly weapon, count 2, robbery, count 3, conspiracy to commit robbery. I'm going to impose the $25 administrative assessment fee, $3 DNA collection fee.
So far, we have seen a theme: stacked charges, multiple sentences, but many of them suspended. Why? Because the court is weighing not just the crime, but the age, the intent, and the chance for rehabilitation. Now ask yourself, if someone was 15 when the crime happened, should they be judged the same as a third? Comment below. I want to hear what you think.
$150 DNA fee as well as the test. As to count 1, you're sentenced to 4 to 10 years on the the voluntary manslaughter portion. For the use of a deadly weapon, I've considered the factors laid out in NRS 193.165A3 inclusive. We'll fix that at a consecutive 4 to 10 year sentence. As to count 2, 4 to 10 years concurrent. As to count 3, 2 to 5 years concurrent. That is suspended for a period not to exceed 5 years. During that time, you're subject to the standard terms of probation. Additionally, you have no contact with your co-defendants, no alcohol or drugs, and you are to obtain a GED or high school diploma. We're hereby released from high-level electronic monitoring and report to P&P within 48 hours. As to Ms. Gonzalez, you're hereby judged guilty of count 1, voluntary manslaughter with use of a deadly weapon, count 2, robbery, count 3, conspiracy to commit robbery. I'll impose the $25 administrative assessment fee, $3 DNA collection fee, $150 DNA fee, as well as the test. Count 1, voluntary manslaughter, 4 to 10 years, Nevada Department of Corrections. For the use of a weapon, I've considered factors laid out in NRS 193.165A3 inclusive, and we'll fix that at a consecutive 4 to 10 years. As to the robbery, I'll sentence you to 4 to 10 years, Nevada Department of Corrections on count 2, concurrent. As to the conspiracy to commit robbery, I'll sentence you to 2 to 5 years Nevada Department of Corrections from concurrent. That is suspended for a period not to exceed 5 years. During that time, you're subject to the standard terms of probation as well as the digital search clause. No contact with any of your co-defendants. No alcohol or drugs to include marijuana. Obtain your GED or high school diploma. You're also to continue your counseling with CCDC. You are released from custody to report to P&P within 48 hours. And good luck to all of you. You will not get a second chance.
Thank you, Your Honor. You do have to do this.
CCDC, do we have Mr. Salon back?
Right there, I was rescued, not arrested, is one of the most emotionally jarring lines of the entire testimony. She's owning her actions, But she's also painting a powerful picture that prison might have saved her from the streets. And remember, she was 15 years old during the crime. That's not just a number. It's a life stage where your brain is not even fully developed.
And state anything you wanted to say regarding Ms. Gonzalez. Mr. Township.
I know my client would like to address the court. I don't know if you wanted to do that now or if you wanted to wait until after I've spoken.
Go ahead, Ms. Gonzalez, what do you want to tell me about this crime?
I want to say good morning first, and I do want to start off by sending my condolences to Anita for the loss of her family, and for the loss of her son, Darian Alexander Gonzalez. I want to say that I'm not a bad kid. Before being arrested, I was a full-time scholar at Democracy Prep Legacy campus. I had no prior educations in the juvenile system. Since being arrested, I have completed several classes, and as of today, I am maintaining the GPA of a 4.0. I've learned valuable lessons throughout the course of me being in custody. Yes, I did lie, being evasive and hesitant to provide answers asked by both detectives leading the case, simply because I was scared for the safety and security of my family as well as myself. For those people sitting on the bench, I do anything to keep them safe. Even if it meant keeping my mouth closed on the situation. The night that the incident occurred, I was grabbed very roughly and threatened to stay silent. But I asked myself, what's the point of
This is one of those rare defense speeches where you can feel the personal stakes. The lawyer is not just going through motions, he's emotionally invested. He even compares the defendant to his own children. It's a risky move in court, but incredibly persuasive. You can tell this isn't a case he will forget after lunch.
being quiet if I have a voice? I do take accountability for my role in participation. I had no idea anybody was going to get hurt. I was easily influenced and manipulated. I was 15 years old when the incident occurred. I'm now 17. March 4th of 2024. I was not arrested, I was rescued. I've made magnificent changes that will stick with me throughout my life, my entire life. And I know if given a second opportunity, I'd make it my mission to do as much good in the world as I possibly could. Even though I know
I'm going to start by telling you that I'm going to ask for probation as well. I would echo what Mr. Fumo said, that is certainly an uncommon request given the gravity of the charges in this case. But I would also tell you that this is clearly an unusual case, and without a doubt, from my perspective, Daisy is truly a unique client. I've appeared in front of you a lot. I've argued a lot of heavy cases. I think you know that I care a lot about the people I represent, and I want them to have the best representation.
That last line, including her mother, hits hard. Because despite everything, Daisy has been through addiction in the family, criminal exposure, violence. Mother showed up. Sometimes support in the courtroom speaks louder than any plea deal. And in cases like this, it can be the one thread holding a life together.
Possible. And I don't think it's any small thing to say that I care more about Daisy and the outcome of this case than probably any other case I've ever handled in my career.